What's going on, everybody? If you're like me and have already finished your first playthrough of Cyberpunk, you're probably dying of excitement for the new DLC content. Well, today we're going to be talking about the DLC coming in early 2021. We'll be diving into everything found thus far DLC related and discussing possible new additions to the game. Before we get going today, I would just like to mention that if you're currently not subscribed and you like Cyberpunk, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on the latest news Cyberpunk related. Now with that out of the way, let's go over some leaked info and rumors on the DLC coming to Cyberpunk. It has come to the community's attention that certain game assets are in the game with no apparent reason. A few of these are the orbital space station on the map, the train station, the blue Royale casino in space, and even a possible new attribute or mutagen system similar to what we saw in The Witcher 3. In-game, many of you have noticed an area on the map off the western coast of Night City. This was thought to be a part of a side or main mission, but through the entirety of the game, you never go there. After doing some research, I've surmised that it's owned by the corpo Orbital Air, a corporation that we aren't really introduced to until the end of the game. Lastly, when going out of bounds to try to get to this area, people have been noticing that there's a message that displays on screen saying there's nothing out here for you yet. People have been using this to justify that it could be future content, but if you go out of bounds anywhere on the map, the same dialogue appears. For this reason, it could indicate that this is all just a rumor, or even better yet, could justify the addition of this and other assets in the game that we don't have access to yet, such as the train station on the south side of the map. For any of you who haven't beaten Cyberpunk yet and haven't reached the ending or have seen any of the endings, I would recommend you pause or stop the video now if you do not like spoilers. In one of the endings in Cyberpunk, you end up going into space and going to rob a casino. However, you never actually go on the mission, and it is left as a cliffhanger by CD Projekt Red. This feels intentional, although I don't think that we will see a full Moon DLC in which we'll be roaming around in space. I feel like they'll have certain areas where we might take a shuttle up to the Royal Casino and go on the mission itself, but other than that, I don't think that we're going to have free roam capabilities in space, and this is solely because of the time it would take them to develop another area for us to explore, but it has been done in other games and other DLCs, so it's not to say that they wouldn't, but I think with all the bugs and all the media backlash that this game is getting right now, that they're going to be focusing on more succinct content. Especially with the current state of the game, the last thing that CD Projekt Red wants to do is release an even more bugged DLC. Moving on, there might be a new attribute or mutagen system similar to what we saw in Witcher 3 coming this January or February after they roll out the smaller patches with small game assets. Something interesting that I haven't seen as many people commenting on is the fact that in the trailer there was only 5 listed perk icons, but in-game there's actually 6. Now a lot of people have commented on the fact that a lot of game mechanics seem to have been removed from the final copy of Cyberpunk 2077, so it will be interesting to see if the addition of a mutagen-like or a completely new attribute in general will come to Cyberpunk 2077 in the upcoming DLCs. Many of you may say, well, hey, just wait, it just makes it look better. That menu would look so gross if it wasn't even. But if it looked bad with 5 attributes, then why would CD Projekt Red show only 5 attributes in their trailer? Moreover, when you hover over the invisible attribute, you actually get the option to purchase it. You actually can't purchase it, but if you have an attribute point, the icon shows up in the bottom right corner of the screen. And that's all the rather elusive information that I've found this week surrounding the DLC. If this video helped you guys at all, or if you enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe, like, and also comment down below if you have any speculation upon what you think the DLC might include. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been one of my longer videos, so if you've made it to this part, thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you next week.